Hi YouTube, I thought I'd do a quick channel update video because you probably noticed there haven't been many uploads to my channel this year, and I wanted to give a little bit of an explanation as to why. So, I'm my own worst enemy. I have a particular vision in mind, a particular aesthetic that I try to achieve in my videos. And I don't have the equipment or the technical know-how on how to do it. So in my mind, I've got a vision of how I want to record something, and I try and I can't perhaps get exactly what I'm after. So I'm always a bit disappointed at the quality of my videos. And it's my own fault because I strive for perfection, and perfection is impossible to obtain. There's also been occasions where I have sat down and I have recorded a video, but when I go back to edit it, I wouldn't say I lose interest, but perhaps it hasn't got the impact that I hoped it would have, and therefore I don't think it's good enough to upload, and I bin the whole project basically. The last video that I properly sat down to film was my blue and white G3 with the 15-inch Apple Cinema display. I went on a crazy mission to Norfolk, deepest darkest Norfolk, to go and pick that up. It was a 300-mile round trip, and I'd explained everything in the video, and I was doing a demo of it. I didn't actually turn the thing on, but I opened it up and I was showing stuff on the inside of it, and I was talking about transparent plastics and things. I even bought a transparent plastic hard hat because I thought it was funny. And in the end, I couldn't get on with the edit. So I binned off this whole episode, and I wouldn't say I'm disappointed about it because it's just one of those things. But yeah, it's affected things a little bit. Also, not really having a space to be able to record full time. So we're currently, you probably haven't seen this room before. This is my home office that I work from home. Got my PC just over there out of shot. If you can hear anything, it's probably the fan of that because it has a mind of its own. And yeah, anyway, so I spend a lot of time in this room, and over the last few months, we've slowly refurbished it a little bit. It's we've put wallpaper up, put floating shelves and things. We're going to replace the floor, but that's taken up some of our time. I'm not very good at DIY. I'm not particularly impressed with the way the wallpaper has gone up, but it's only me and my partner that will see it, and perhaps a few guests, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But again, I strive for perfection and I don't obtain it, and I get annoyed and I lose interest, and it has annoyed me a little bit because I want it to be nice. I spend the majority of my time in here and I want it to look good. Also, it's not a particularly big room. We can put a bed this way or literally that way, and that's it, a single bed. So it's not particularly big. I bought this bigger IKEA desk. Originally when I started working from home, I was stuffed up in that corner in this little tiny little Mickey desk from IKEA. Then I graduated to a slightly bigger desk, but then I decided I've done something a bit stupid actually. I bought a PC from America, from California. It's currently sitting in Blake Spot's house in I think he lives in Virginia, so I need to pay for that to come over here. Basically the idea was to have a permanent setup here, or a space for one of my retro old computers, because the problem I have is I get moaned at when I get my toys out, so I have to make sure that if I'm going to play, then it's between certain hours, and then everything is packed up and tidied away before my partner comes home. And that's a real shame, because I really get into it and playing games and whatever, and then I look at my clock, my watch, and I'm like, oh, I need to start thinking about packing things away. So at least with this setup, I should have a the PC down here on the floor out the way. I'm going to have a flat screen monitor and the keyboard and mouse. Shouldn't take up too much room. And if I want to be able to do something retro, then I'll have a machine set up to do it. Or I'll have everything ready for me to be able to plug another machine in. So I've got another machine that I've been messing around and playing with. So that should make things a little easier. And I'm also hoping that being able to have a PC set up here all the time will mean that I will be able to do videos a little bit more frequently. I have tried in here to do videos in the past. I did some on some speakers. I had the camera pointing that way. I wasn't particularly happy with the way it turned out. And yeah, that's really... That's one of the main reasons why I haven't done so many videos, is because I'm quite disappointed in myself, and it's because of other YouTubers out there that they do these amazing quality. I mean, they spend thousands on cameras and I just can't afford to spend thousands on a camera. It's a part-time hobby of mine. It's not a full-time thing, so I don't really want to be spending a fortune on equipment. And I can't afford to be spending a fortune on equipment, so I just deal with what I have. So I normally record on an iPhone, or I'm recording currently on my GoPro. I've tried recording. I've got a Samsung S10 Plus here that I've tried recording on. The last video I actually see, this is it. I thought, oh, I've got an S10. I'll do a video on. I'll use this instead of my iPhone because I've got a slight problem with the microphone on my iPhone. So I set it all up in I got everything framed nicely, and I started doing the video. And then when I got to editing it, the phone had recorded in HDR, and the software I was using wasn't HDR, and the picture looked appalling. So that was a complete waste of time, and I was quite disappointed with that. So yeah, there's also other stupid things. So there's been the refurbishments to here, my quest for perfection, and I've also had a couple of health issues this year. So they're not major, but I've had problems with my mouth, but I've also got problems currently under my rib cage. I've got a pain that is persistent and won't go away. So I also stopped smoking back in February, the end of February. So the end of this month will be 6 months, and one of the drivers behind that was not only the health thing, but I noticed in a lot of my videos when I breathed in, I noticed it was like a rasp, kind of like I could hear when I was breathing, and obviously I know smoking's not good for you, etc. I've been smoking for like 25 years at this point, so I gave up, and that journey has actually been quite easy. Basically, I used patches, and after 3 weeks the patches were making me have really odd dreams. So I talked to the people that were doing the program for quitting, and they suggested not using the patches at night. So I took them off, and then I decided to see whether or not I would get the cravings, and I just didn't, so I never bothered putting them back on again. I used an inhalator for a little while. That made my mouth go a bit funny. I lost the sense of taste, so I stopped using that. But basically, yeah, when I was editing the videos, I was having to, every time I breathed, I was having to cut out because I didn't like the noise it made. So I'm hoping, I know it's only been 6 months, and it's going to take a while, but I'm hoping that the noise from the smoking will have stopped that kind of noise of when I'm breathing. So I do plan on doing some videos. I've got a HP 620 that I was planning on doing a video on, and you're all probably going to groan because it's Windows CE. I have a new inbox HP 360 LX that's never been used, other than literally the box was opened. And what else have I got? I've got a couple of other bits and bobs that I was planning on doing a video on. But yeah, I hopefully, because I've now got this space and I'm a bit more happy with it, I need to see what the audio sounds like from the GoPro, because it might sound appalling, but I've got a lav mic anyway that I might be able to hook up. And and we'll see where things are. So I really do appreciate the people that have been following me or subscribing to my channel. I have noticed the numbers creeping up over the last sort of 6 months, and I do feel guilty that I haven't uploaded any content. So bear with me, videos will be returning, and I really do appreciate the subscribers. And if you want to know what I'm up to, I'm on Instagram. I'm quite active on Instagram and Twitter. I know Twitter seems to be sort of falling by the wayside these days, but I do use it. I am on Mastodon, but I don't know what my name is. I also occasionally go on to Discord, but I don't understand it really. So yeah, the main places that you'll catch me are Instagram and Twitter if you want to know what I'm up to. Instagram particularly on the questionable purchases from eBay, because I tend to photograph what I'm up to, and yeah, they go on Instagram, and I'm quite active on Twitter. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because this video was supposed to be just a 2 or 3 minute video, and I don't know how long it's gone on for now. So thanks ever so much for watching. I hope to see you again in the future, and yeah, take care.